came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free.
King also said America gave African Americans a bad check.
And so we've come here today to dramatize the shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. And the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. They were signing a promissory note which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds.
Those clips are from the I Have a Dream speech spoken on August 28, 1963. You can access the speech on YouTube.com. It is now 46 past the hour. I hope you are enjoying celebrating Black history, past and present. It is now time for another commercial break. I'm Brenda Johnson-Padgett here on A-Swift Radio.
A-Swift Writers Guild is for those who have the talent to put pen or brush to paper to create a unique and valuable piece of work. A-Swift is always looking for new talents to enhance the literary, visual, and performing arts. For more information on how you can become a member of A-Swift Writers Guild, visit www.aswifttwritersguild.com or call 1-866 302-0508.
Welcome back to Celebrating Black History, Past and Present, here on A-Swift Radio. I'm Brenda Johnson-Padgett, your host. We are talking about African Americans who have made an impact in U.S. history. We talked about Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks during our first segment. Martin Luther King Jr. made great strides in the civil rights movement with his nonviolent methods. Other leaders such as Malcolm X and Medgar Evers have made their own methods of helping to further the civil rights movement. Malcolm X was born Malcolm Little, May 19, 1925, in Omaha, Nebraska. Malcolm X had more radical methods during the civil rights movement. He was a leader in the Nation of Islam. He articulated race pride and black nationalism. Medgar Evers sought yet a different approach to help in the civil rights movement. Evers served as the first state field secretary of the NAACP in Mississippi. He organized voter registration efforts throughout Mississippi and economic boycotts of white-owned companies that practiced discrimination. He also worked to investigate crimes perpetuated against blacks. Other African-American figures also include Madam C.J. Walker, who was born Sarah Bree Love on December 23, 1867, in Delta, Louisiana. She was the first woman millionaire who created her own hair care product line during the early 1900s. Her legacy is still being kept alive by her great-great-granddaughter.
My name is Amelia Bundle, and I am the president of the Madam Walker Family Archive. Madam Walker is my great-great-grandmother. I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana, where both of my parents were in the hair care business, but my passion was writing, and so my real career was as a producer, executive with NBC News and then ABC News. So for 30 years, I've worked in the network news business, but all along I started writing about Madam Walker, my great-great-grandmother, and I wrote a young adult biography biography of her, as well as the first major biography about Madam Walker called On Her Own Ground.
That cut was from Aaliyah Bundle's interview with A-Swift radio host Brenda Johnson-Padgett on February 12, 2011. Other African Americans who contributed to Black history were Shirley Chisholm, who was a U.S. representative and social activist. She was also the first African American woman to make a bid to the President of the United States. Thurgood Marshall was a lawyer and social activist. He also was the first African American to sit on the Supreme Court. And last but not least is Mary McLeod Bethune. She was an educator, civil, and women's rights activist who believed that education was the key to racial advancement. She founded Daytona Normal and Industrial Institute in 1904, which later became Bethune-Cookman College in 1929. This information was taken from biography.com. It is now 1:51 past the hour. I hope you are enjoying celebrating Black history, past and present. It is now time for a commercial break. I'm Brenda Johnson-Padgett here on A-Swift Radio.
Do you need marital counseling to deal with your marital issues? Do you want resources to help enhance your marriage? Log on to www.godsanointedministries.com to get in touch with Glenda and Rufus Fields. You can also check out their latest book on marriage called Diary of a Man, Heart of a Woman as a Self-Help Tool. Check out God's Anointed Ministries today.
Welcome back to Celebrating Black History, Past and Present, here on A-Swift Radio. I'm Brenda Johnson-Padgett, your host. During this last segment of the show, I will give you, our listening audience, time to call in to express your thoughts on Black history. Our call-in number is area code 347-633-9633. While you are contemplating your thoughts, here is Wade in the Water by Diane Strong.
Wade in the water, children, wade.
Welcome back to Celebrating Black History, Past and Present, here on ASWIF Radio. I'm Brenda Johnson-Paget, your host. We are talking about African Americans who have made an impact on U.S. history. You still have time to call us at area code 347-633-9633 to express your views and beliefs about Black history. While you are contemplating your thoughts, here is Swing Low, Sweet Chariot by Beyonce.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet, sweet, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing down, chariots, won't you let me ride? Oh, swing down, chariots, stop and let me ride. Oh, rock me, Lord, rock me, Lord. Oh, I got a horse on the side. Oh, 6 white horses standing side by side. Oh, swing. 6 white horses standing side by side. Oh, rock me, Lord, rock me, Lord. Come and easy. I got a horse on the side. Swing low, swing low. Swing low, swing low, and let me ride. Ride, 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 ride. Let me ride, let me ride, let me ride. Swing down, chariots, won't you let me ride? Oh, swing down, chariots, stop and let me ride. Oh, rock me, Lord. I got a home on the other side. Got a home, you got a home, we got a home. I got a home, I got a home, you got a home. We going home, going home. There's a life, sweet love, sweet chariot. Take me home, take me home.
Our show has now come to a close. Thank you for listening to Celebrating Black History, Past and Present. We have given information on African Americans who made an impact in Black history. Continue to check www.blogtalkradio.com/ASWIF Radio for upcoming shows, or you can call us direct at 1-866-302-0508, extension 3060. You can also email us at aswifradio@aswifwritersguild.com to give us your feedback on the show. Thank you again for tuning in and listening. This is Brenda Johnson-Paget here on ASWIF Radio, leaving you with this message from Dr. Martin Luther King.
If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he who is greatest among you shall be yourself. That's a new definition of greatness.